here to share the source of her inspiration for the book Gangsta, Parable of a Lost Sheep, and her unwavering aspiration to provide hope in the face of life's challenging trials is Jamaican-Canadian pastor and author Yvonne Reid. Morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Smile Jamaica. It's morning time.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. I said to you a while ago, Pastor, it's a brave book. It's a brave book. Because many people, once they are at a place in life that they feel, I've put a dark past behind me, don't want to revisit that past.
No.
They don't want people to judge them for who they've been. But you've put everything in this book. What inspired you to do that?
I believe it's the young people that I'm working with. About 3 years ago, I started a church online, and it's called the Love Church. And a lot of the young people that I've been speaking to and counseling has been young people that's broken, have gone through a whole lot. And I became transparent with them. Yeah. I became very candid by sharing with them my experience and what I've gone through in life. I was writing this book. It took me about 4 or 5 years to write this book. But then with them, I kind of changed the storyline to make it be more transparent, more candid, using my pain, my shame to become inspiration to the young people. And I'm very open in it. And yeah.
It's amazing that you say that, because I said this to someone the other day. I think that's what's missing from our conversation with young people.
Wow.
Like, we want to advise them, but there are things about us that they can figure out on their own. And they're saying, but look at you telling me not to do this, but you used to do it, obviously. But saying, listen, I used to do it, but it doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's a better way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who are you hoping will read this? The young people inspired it, but I think it's everyone, regardless of where you are.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, because it is for everyone, because everyone that's read the book so far. I have men reading the book. I have, younger people reading the book. I have everybody reading the book, and the feedback that I'm getting from the book is wow.
Yeah.
I remember this man called me and he said to me, after reading your book, I went back to my family. He said, I went back home to my wife and my children.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it talks about domestic violence. It talks about drug addiction. It talks about, as a young child, being molested. It talks about witchcraft, obia. It talks about, there's so many different topics that is in this book.
Correct.
Yeah.
But it's all topics that are relevant today, and experiences that people are going through. I mean, when I saw the title and it said Gangsta, I said, but a woman wrote this book, so why is it called Gangsta? But that's you.
That's me.
That's you.
That's my name. That's what they used to call me before my life was transformed and before I came to know God.
Yeah.
That was my name, and the name says it all.
Yeah.
The name says it all.
And it said to me, lately we've had conversations and people saying all the time when we talk about violence and crime, we talk about the men and we talk about the young men, but we never look at how the women are a part of it.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that now you are still a shepherd, because even when you were a gangster, young men looked up to you like a mother.
Amen.
Yeah.
You read all of it?
I told you I read it. I respect every author that comes on this show.
Amen.
And part of that respect is to read it, because you put effort into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
So you were a mother to them. How important is it that as women in a community, we set examples for our own children and for the children around us?
Right. And also when I look into that, I said, a lot of times as a mother, your voice, sometimes I don't want to hear your voice because the mother's always talking, the mother's always disciplining. But it was a uniqueness about me being around all these young men, and they were able to listen to me.
Yeah.
They were able to just put on the gun right now, man. Make we go to church. That kind of thing. So I remember walking into a church, and I remember when we were leaving the church, there was all these young men that was behind me leaving the church. And the pastor said, listen, stop. And in the middle of the service wasn't over. And the pastor said, can you please tell me how you got these young men in here? And he says, no, let me tell you, that there's a calling on your life. Because he said, I live in this community for how many years? And he said, I never get none of these young men to come into the church. And you get them to come in here, and only not to get them to come in here, but to get them to be on the altar crying. Woman, there's a call on your life.
Yeah, yeah. I think that call also, and the decision, Pastor, to, I mean, I read it and I said, there's always a searching for something. There is a searching for something that will fill the heart and the spirit, you know?
Yeah, yes.
And at one point, I think you felt that was the material things, getting the money, getting the house,
Yeah.
When did that turn around for you?
That's when my life changed. When I came to know the Lord, I just realized that, you know what? All of these things that I'm running down, it's just empty, because they were still avoiding me, that was still not filled. Not filled. And it's funny that you even mentioned the material things, because I went to a church here in Jamaica, and the prophetess prophesied to me, and she said to me that you're at a place where material thing doesn't matter to you anymore, because it really mattered to me so much.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Listen, I could talk to you all morning, because it's such a great book and such an inspiration. We have to go. Where do we find Gangsta, Parable of a Lost Sheep?
Well, right now, it's on Amazon, and it's really, since I started doing my interviews, it's really selling.
Yeah.
So it's on Amazon. Also, I'm on Instagram at The Love Church, and also I'm on Facebook, Lady Yvonne Reid. Or if anybody is interested, they can give me a call. I have a number that they can call at 1-647-760-6021.
Listen, it's a powerful book, such an inspiration. And I feel something that, hey, we got to share these stories with our young people so they realize that there is a better way. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for writing it, and thank you for being here.
And I got a signed copy for you.
Oh,
so
bless
I'll take back
you.
that one. I wanted
Love
to sign.
it, love it, love it, love it. Pastor and author of this great book, Gangsta, Parable of a Lost Sheep, Yvonne Reid. That's Off the Shelf.
Too much, oh, too much.